Yo, what's up? What's up? How you
What
doing?
up? What up? What up? We are back.
Yeah,
We come back and forth every now and then until the season start. But
yeah.
hey, you know what it is. It's R and J, fancy football talk. I'm riding with this Jay. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's doing all right. Like it says, it's too early. I am ready to do these rankings, and at the same time, I'm not ready to do these rankings because I'm like, man, it's a lot of question marks out there in the NFL right now. Some question marks are much sadder than others. We'll get into some of those question
Yes.
marks as we get to it. But I'm ready to at least start taking a stab at this. Put out our rankings for our players. We know there's still off season moves to be made. There's still the draft to be done. But hey, what did it say? The early bird gets the worm. So
Yes. Hey, look. Now I don't know if you want to get out some of your secrets now, what you plan on doing this year. So,
I
but
intend to win this year. That's the and that ain't no secret.
I mean, winning is what I do. So it ain't hard for me. So that's I bring chips home. So I'm sorry.
Hey,
But you know, let's get it in, man. Let's start, man. Let's get to it. We got a lot going on.
you want to hit
So,
some news before we jump in?
um, you got any news? I don't.
Uh, I have the most important NFL news there is. We talked about the fact that there's some off-season stuff happening, but the NFL has announced the Hall of Fame game, and the Hall of Fame game will be played between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh
So
gosh.
they're getting it started where it needs to be. So I got my Raider stuff ready.
Okay.
We're about to do it. I'm not. I wasn't feeling the last for those that was the last time. I'm not 100% feeling the new coach, but he's growing on me week by week. Mainly because from all indications, it seems that they're happy with Derek Carr. Derek Carr is happy with them. So the fear that you tried to put in me on Jimmy G becoming our quarterback, it seems like there's just been internet talk,
Well,
and
look,
they're making things happen.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad y'all, because I like Derek Carr, which you'll find out in a few minutes. But
Oh yeah,
I like Derek Carr a lot in that system. I think he's gonna
yeah.
be good. So I'm not mad at you. I think y'all got something going. That's good. And I think actually Derek Carr, he wanted Derek Carr from the jump. I
Yeah,
think that's why he took the job anyway. So I ain't mad at that. I think y'all gonna be all right. Now Lamar Jackson playing, he don't want to do some contract extension.
yeah, that's another story.
He need to sign that deal. I don't know what it is, but he needs to work on the deal to get it done because the way he play, it
Well,
just don't look good. He
just to,
run too much. He gotta get some type of guaranteed money.
do you
So
think he's messing himself up by not having an actual agent?
yes, I think he
Yeah,
is. Um, I know he's his own agent, or like I think his mom is
yeah,
his agent. Um, because I'm not gonna say he messing himself up, but I think he needs some type of advisor in the room to say,
right.
"Hey, I think you should, look at this," because obviously you got to pay an agent 10%, 15% or whatever, but maybe he don't want to pay that percentage. Maybe he want to do it his way, but by all means, good luck. I hope he get a deal done, but because he need one the way he run around and all that stuff, he needs some
Yeah.
guaranteed money.
He
So,
definitely needs to have something on paper because, like you said,
so
how many games did he play last year? And
yeah,
eh,
so definitely he got to have something to back up if he get hurt. So I
yeah,
ain't mad at him. So I hope best of luck to him though. Let's talk about. I guess we're a little bit late on this. The Alvin Kamara news.
yeah,
We don't know what was going on with that. Nothing been said lately, but we'll see. We'll see with that. That's gonna affect obviously your
yeah,
list of how you want to rank him going into this year because you don't know where his situation. Even with the Deshaun Watson news,
right.
he's supposed to testify. I want to say March or June
Yep.
1st or something like that.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
there won't be any real movement or
Hmm.
stuff done until April. But there is the news that's apparently several teams. Oh, I need to put both things so you can see the quotes. But
So,
several teams are interested in making a trade with them, even if the civil
so
case is not
yeah,
resolved yet. They say
yeah.
as long as the criminal charges out, which that's what you're talking. They're going to do. He's supposed to be talking. Then they're supposed to have some decision made. I think they said like by April, sometime
Okay.
April is when we'll know whether the criminal case will be going. So, hey, apparently some people are like, hey, they're ready to, and they said that there were some teams who were willing to do it last year, but it's just the
Hmm.
fact that that criminal case was still a potential thing.
Well,
So,
the Dolphins came out today and said
yeah,
they was out on Deshaun Watson, so
yeah,
that eliminates one team.
one team.
So I still think he got some teams that'll take him in a heartbeat. So he's talented like that. So I don't think that's an issue. Um,
Yeah,
but and then we could talk about uh these quarterbacks, man. What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? Is he stand? Is he going? Is
that
Tom
is the
Brady
question.
stand? It's a lot going on that
He's
will.
retiring and not retiring,
Uh,
depending on who you ask.
I mean, it'll affect your rankings in a way like you can't really do anything about it. But
Yeah.
it's early, so we gonna dive into this way too early list.
All right. Before we
We
do,
want you
just
want to start?
welcome Atlanta's in the house. See Catherine Bracy. That's my aunt. Glad you're able to join us. Hola to you as well. We will not be talking about many Falcons players in this way too early list. So
Yeah, so
yeah. All right, what
uh,
you want to get started with the quarterbacks?
let's start with the quarterbacks. So obviously we agree
Yeah.
on the first four, which is Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. We agree
Uh,
on that, and I feel like
we have them pretty much in the same order. We kind of flip flop Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. But yeah,
uh,
both four I think are solid. Yeah.
I feel like Joe Burrow has the trio of receivers
Mm-hmm.
and the running backs, and he got a pretty good tight end. I think that trio puts him ahead of Justin Herbert for me. Even though Justin Herbert did throw for 5,000 yards this year.
In the list, you had Justin Herbert first, ahead of Joe Burrow.
I'm sorry. I meant to
Oh, you both.
move that
Oh
around.
well.
Yeah.
Well, if you're reversing that, then we have them exactly in the same order.
Yeah, I meant to
Okay.
put Joe Burrow ahead of him. So, but I love all four of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think all four you can go. If you have the number one pick, you can't go wrong with either one.
Well, number one pick, depending on your league, because in a lot of these quarterbacks aren't going to go to. But the first quarterback taken off the board.
Off the board. Yeah, you can't go wrong
any one
with
of these
either one
guys
of them.
is good.
I mean, obviously you would say Pat Mahomes, but I mean,
Yeah, this is the
is it?
first year in a while I didn't just say Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but can't
Yeah.
I can't. Me personally, I can't just say you go straight for Pat Mahomes because
Yeah.
you really can't because these other guys are just as good as him.
Yeah.
So for me, I like that. The four. Now, I guess this is where it gets a little dicey because
Right.
you on your list,
Uh-huh.
which you could talk about.
I'm going straight with the two-time MVP. Yes, I am. I got Aaron Rodgers. Then I go with the Super Bowl quarterback, Matthew Stafford. I had Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, and then with Trey Lance. I actually put your guy in my top 10.
Well, I have
Mhm.
Matthew Stafford at 5. I have Dak at 6, and I have Aaron Rodgers at 7. Now I got Kyler Murray at 8,
Mhm.
and I got your boy Derek Carr at 9.
Uh-huh.
And I got Trey Lance at 10. I just feel like the whole Aaron Rodgers situation.
We all, for those who know, you're an Aaron Rodgers hater.
No, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers hater. I just think
Right.
if you're thinking about, they're gonna lose a lot of players.
Yeah.
Because of the salary cap. The salary cap, well, they freed up some money. I think they freed up like $24 million, but initially they was over the cap like $49 million. Hey,
Right.
Shannon.
Hey, we are all having our football withdrawals. I'm with you, and that's why we're here tonight. We're gonna get our football picks somewhat tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you showing up,
Thanks for
Shannon.
thanks for joining in. Indeed.
Um,
Yeah, what you got?
I can't get over the fact that
That you hate Aaron Rodgers.
you gotta pay Aaron Rodgers, you gotta pay Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams wants
That's yeah.
$30 million.
You have to pay the fact that you're gonna have to pay both of those guys in the same year. It's like
A
ooh.
lot of money.
Especially when you know Aaron Rodgers ain't got but so much gas left in it unless he about to be the next Tom Brady.
Well, he say he's trying to play the 40
Yeah.
something, so we see how
Seriously.
that worked out. So yeah.
Right.
I think his cap number is like
Yeah.
46.8 million. I just feel like in order to keep some of the players around that you need to build a good
To be
team,
successful. Mm-hmm.
it's the money's not there, man. I just and I still think he gonna be productive, but I just feel like Matthew Stafford had more yards than him. Touchdowns not quite,
Mm-hmm.
but I still feel like Prescott had a good year. I just feel like those guys got more weapons. If you think about it, they have more weapons than Aaron Rodgers. That's why I got him. But
Question mark. Did those guys have more weapons than Aaron Rodgers this year?
no, but Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, they did.
they-
They both had. They
mean-
both had more weapons than Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is still
Matthew
MVP.
Stafford won the Super Bowl, so I mean, MVP don't mean that. That's an individual award. man.
Exactly. And fantasy football is all about
Come
individualism.
on, man. No, that still don't mean that.
Hey,
I had
look.
Aaron Rodgers.
You
but
have
Aaron
you have
Rodgers
salt
didn't
in your
show
heart,
most
and
of
there's
it.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, you gotta be you
Why?
because you keep dogging my man Aaron Rodgers when he
Really?
is demonstrably
he only
one
threw
of the
for
best.
4,000 yards. We talking about
Okay.
Matthew Stafford who threw for 4,800 yards.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford belongs. I have him right behind Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you can keep him because I don't want him. So I'm not drafting him this year. Now, my biggest thing that I may regret putting on this list is Kyler Murray. I don't know what's going
I didn't know
on
what
with
it.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Speak on it.
So
Do you think he's gonna stay with the Cardinals?
He has to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. Because he has 2 years left on his
Yeah.
deal, and they're gonna pick up his 4th-year option and his 5th-year. Well, they're gonna pick up his 5th-year option, and he's gonna play his 4th year. He's not getting any more money. I don't know why he consent on saying I need more money to get out there and play. You're not getting more
Right.
money, so you might as well just get over it. It's not happening.
I am completely baffled by that. I mean, you could towards the end of the season, you were hearing that there was some unhappiness there. I don't think he was too happy with. I think he said something about how things went down after he came back from his injury. But long story short, he ain't got nowhere to go.
He has no leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
He has no leverage. No one. They're not trading him. They just actually gave the coach a new deal. So he has no leverage. He can't. He has 2 years left on his rookie deal.
Right.
I can see if he was in the in the 4th year going into that 5th year, then he may have some leverage. But he ain't got no leverage right now. All his leverage is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like he need to sit down and just play. Like,
Yeah.
but you've been hurt and you undersized for one.
Exactly.
Like you're 5'9", 5'10", and the team is built around you, so you might as well just go play. Like let everything work itself out.
Did you see the story that Larry Fitzgerald's father said that Kyler Murray is spoiled and needs to be humbled?
He need to be humble.
Yeah.
They say that he goes into the locker room after the game, literally puts on headphones and don't talk to nobody. That is not considered a leader in the locker room. You can't be a leader. One thing about being a quarterback, you have to be a leader. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing your job. So, but I got to show big love to your boy, Derek Carr.
I'm surprised you had him in the top. I considered putting him in my top 10. Actually, there's 2 Raiders players that aren't in my top 10 that I considered. One of them is Derek Carr.
Why not? It's your boy.
I couldn't do it for the fact of I want to. What's my argument always with Derek Carr? He doesn't throw touchdowns. And he'll give me yards, but if you can't get touchdowns, I can't go. So I'm hoping this year with the new coaching change, they can get things going and get the ball in the end zone. But until I see it, I think there's other players that are a bit slightly more deserving of a top 10 list. Slightly.
I mean, you can't knock 4,800 yards.
No.
I mean, you can't knock that. I gotta keep him up here because I just think in that system, I think, and they're gonna get better players. Y'all gonna get better receivers because I think that's y'all weak spot. I think it's the receivers.
Well, you know what happened with one of our receivers this past year, so
Yeah, I know.
so
He can't stay out of trouble.
yeah,
But I think a healthy Darren Waller, I think
that's
coming
enough.
back, I think he's gonna help him out a lot. And I think if y'all can get just a number one
Yeah.
receiver in general, a Devontae Adams type, I think.
That is the thing I was waiting. I've been waiting since the middle of last season because Derek. For those that don't know, Derek Carr and Devontae Adams played in college together, and before last season even started, that's what they were talking about. In Devontae Adams' contract year, is he going to consider going to team back up? Hey, we've seen college teammates team up and make it to the Super Bowl just this past year. And so I haven't heard that story get enough action, so I'm starting to doubt whether it's going to happen. But yeah, you put Devontae Adams and Derek Carr is immediately in my top 10.
Oh, now he's
Maybe
your top 10 after that.
if that, yeah, if you get a wide receiver the caliber of Devontae Adams, that immediately boosts him to top 10 status.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
he's better than Trey Lance or Kyler Murray at that point. So I'm bumping those two guys down.
Look,
easily.
I'm not arguing that point. I
Yeah.
would never argue that point because a lot, and I do not want to give out most of my secrets up here.
Right.
I hope because the thing is this: Trey Lance is more of an unknown commodity with him because you really don't know what you're getting from him. But I showed you something and I sent you something. That I'm pretty sure the whole world has seen.
Yeah, this Instagram footage of, and it's not, it's more than just Instagram, but that's where you showed it to me. People are talking about Trey Lance practice film, and it looks pretty nice.
So I feel like he's gonna. I feel like he gonna be pretty good. I just hope I can get him, and that's part of the problem because a lot of people
he's looking too nice.
The hype is gonna be real, and people gonna say, "Oh, I gotta snatch him and get him." Especially somebody in like our leagues, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
but I think he'll be there.
In two quarterback leagues, Trey Lance is going off the board a lot sooner, just because. Yeah,
I seen somebody has Trey Lance as high as 3, 4 in fantasy. I'm like, that is like crazy.
I can't feel that one.
Nah,
you're knocking off some pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah, and I love Trey, so it's just that's a little bit too high. But I actually think our list is pretty. I think our list is good.
Yeah, our list are pretty much on par. The only name, like we said, is different. You have Derek Carr in your top 10. I wanted to put it there, but I tried to be a little impartial, and I gave that spot to Russell Wilson, who I noticed is not on your list. Is that also salt because of the same division, or is that just because of the uncertainty? Because this is the reason I almost didn't put Russell Wilson there. I don't know where he's playing for certain.
Well, came out today, they said they're not trading him, so I'm assuming he can be back in Seattle. But
I don't believe anything I hear.
Me either. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like if he's in a better situation, because for one, the O-line is just completely horrible in Seattle. Yeah. So they don't block for him. He gets sacked a lot. Now, if he ends up somewhere, say Washington, does that change my mind a little bit? Maybe. Because I think he's still, but like, I don't think it's the receivers because he has 2 really good receivers in Seattle already. So I don't think that's the issue. I think more of it is that they just don't block.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time to really do what he need to do. And they don't really allow him to be him. Because you know those saying, let Russ cook.
Yeah.
They're not letting Russ cook. So they feel like he can't carry them, which I don't believe. I think he can. But for he on the outside, right at 11, 12 for me. So
I can respect that.
For me, that's where he's at.
I see in our comments a cough on Cam. If that's Cam Newton, there's a reason he ain't in today's discussion.
I'm sorry, Cam can't make this list.
He was in your bold predictions just a year ago.
He ain't gonna make that bold prediction this year.
Not that bold this year.
No. They say they might resign him though.
Yeah, I mean,
want some news. So.
At the moment, they don't really have a lot of. I mean, Sam Bradford was one of my biggest disappointments. Why do I always say Sam Bradford? I'm talking about
because you keep tking about the old Sam Bradford. But
I know
I know Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, at least I realized it this time. Sam Darnold was my biggest. Sam Bradford was disappointing for me last year too,
That's
somehow.
true.
But yeah, Sam Darnold is just. I really thought that situation was going to be better. So yeah, I would resign Cam just because.
Yeah.
You don't really have at the moment. There's not a lot of options unless they're going to snag a free agent somewhere. But I don't think there's a lot of guys that want to go to.
Carolina is
now.
not a bad team. They have decent
They've got
weapons.
pieces. They've got pieces.
They got pieces. I don't see, but the quarterback position needs to be a little bit better in Carolina. I guess Cam another year under that system. I think he can be all right. But accuracy is really bad right now. He can't throw.
Cam ain't what he used to be.
No, not even.
Is there anyone in the that's not in our top 10 quarterbacks that you all watching think needs to be in there again? We had Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, and Trey Lance on both of our lists. And the only ones that's different, we had Russell Wilson on my list and Derek Carr on Rodney's list. But if there's somebody else you think, let us know. Is there anybody that you thought about putting anyone else you thought about putting in your top 10 that just couldn't make the grade?
I thought about Kirk Cousins for a minute. Yeah. Kirk Cousins had a really sneaky, really good year.
Yeah, quietly good. Yeah.
Quietly good, but I couldn't. If you watch Kirk Cousins have games where he'll throw for 100 yards. He had a game where he threw for like 71 yards. I can't really go to war with Kirk Cousins because if you're saying top 10, these are number one quarterbacks that you're saying this is going to be your number one guy rolling.
You choose these guys and you're automatically in playoff contention for your fantasy football.
So I just don't. Kirk Cousins for me is more of a tier 2. For me at this point, I don't really see. And then Russ. Like I said, Russ could have a good year. It's just if they can get the line situation straight, I think he'll be all right. So, but those two are the only ones. Matt Ryan. I don't see that.
Hey, Atlanta, we got your back. We're still gonna. I thought about Matt Ryan for a second too, but it's like one, I don't know what's going on with Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
And two, Matt Ryan is getting older and older. And that offense, you talk about the Seattle Seahawks offensive line.
They don't block.
I don't think they have an offensive line in Atlanta at all.
They definitely don't block for him.
It's a free for. I remember this wasn't this past year, but the year before. I was in a league that had a high penalty for sacks, and if I had known, that did not go well to me because I think Matt Ryan had like almost a 0 on a couple of games because he got sacked so much.
I think I played in one league where the completions was 4.5 and the sacks was negative 4.5.
Yeah.
So trying to roll with that is good. Good luck with that.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. So let's get to these running backs, man.
Let's go.
And I told myself this year that I am not gonna disrespect this man ever again in life.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still call you out on it. But continue.
What I do now?
Say your list, and then I can call you out on it.
Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara with a question mark, Ezekiel Elliott, Elijah Mitchell, and then I got some asterisks by Devontae Williams and Christian
McCaffrey. Now, here's where I want to get to your asterisks because I think they at least one of those asterisks deserves a lot of conversation.
Yes.
But we had an agreement at the middle of last year that our consensus number one running back was going to be Jonathan Taylor. You broke the bond.
But I can't because I have disrespected Derrick Henry too many years, bro. You got to think about this. Derrick Henry literally led the league in rushing for 3 weeks after he got hurt.
Exactly.
Think about that. He finished the year with 36 yards less than 1,000 yards. That means he got hurt week 8, if I'm not mistaken. He missed 9 games and still almost ran for 1,000 yards.
That is insane.
It's insane. And he came back from a foot injury and still played in the playoffs. I'm not doubting this man ever again. I'm sorry.
No,
John
I
Stella is great.
can't.
I can't do it. I'm sorry, man. Can't.
Yo, I'm not even mad at you because the one thing I say about Derrick Henry, he gets no. There's no one in the league getting the number of carries that Derrick Henry gets. It's just impossible to match that production when you get that kind of volume. But Jonathan Taylor, I think, is on the way, so I still have him my number one. I see some more comments in. Both Shannon and Catherine commenting on Russell Wilson. Wants Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. I don't see that one happen. I think that would be a great landing spot for him.
Perfect for
That'd
him.
be a
Boy,
perfect spot for what he with those three wide receivers.
Woo.
Yeah,
Man,
that'd be great.
Game,
And I don't think it's gonna happen, but if he does, Russell Wilson is moving up. I will put him above that. I have Dak Prescott and Kyler Murray above him right now. I would instantly bump Russell Wilson. And Shannon has Russell Wilson needs more freedom. And that's the thing that gets me about that Seattle situation. It seems like his situation with Pete Carroll is completely busted beyond repair. And I think Pete Carroll still holds it against him that he did not win that Super Bowl because he should have given the ball to Marshawn Lynch. He trusted Russell Wilson with that pass, and it did not work out. I think there's still some hard feelings that way, but we'll see.
I think he needs to be in another team, another sneaky team is Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I think Tampa Bay would be perfect, even though they have salary cap problems right now. But I think with that receiving core that
Tom Brady gone, Well, have you heard any news on Chris Godwin? Because I don't think he's going to be there. So
I think he's coming back.
I think that wide receiving core, especially if he's not back and if Gronkowski retires.
Well, I want to say they can clear with Tom Brady retiring, and I think by June, the June win cutoff is they can save about $16 million if once that takes effect, and I think they can pay him with that. But I think bringing Chris Godwin back, I think is a top priority for them.
Okay.
But I think in Tampa Bay, I think Russ would be great in Tampa Bay, honestly.
Yeah,
because
that would be. I would like him there. I would even like him with New Orleans if Michael Thomas is there.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
there's a lot of great places that Russell Wilson could be in. I apologize. That is actually my Aunt Nita on the spot where it says Catherine. So my bad. I've been calling you wrong. So yeah, she's commenting someone else's account.
No, I think at the end of the day, I think Russ needs to get it. Russ said he want to be there, but for me, I think Russ need to change the scenery personally. For me,
I'm with you.
So I mean, that's something he need to fight for. But I doubt they get rid of him because he's a franchise. So
yeah, I said that she hates that Russell Wilson doesn't get the help he needs. Well, part of the problem with the help he's missing is on the offensive line. They definitely surrounded him with wide receivers, and when not hurt, they've had good running backs, but the offensive line help has not been there. And I kind of blame him for it because they paid him so much. They got rid of the crux of their team, which was that they had the strong running game and they had the strong defense. But you pay the guy the money. He doesn't have all this stuff around him. So quarterbacks can't do it all.
Well, they got to take a lesson from Tom Brady and just take $25 million and call it
right.
So
it is enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Let me hit my running backs. I did keep Jonathan Taylor my number one running back, but I did have Derrick Henry number two. And I actually for a second considered flipping the two. I was like, nope, I'm gonna stay with myself. Jonathan Taylor is nice. Go Colts. I got Najee Harris, who was the only rookie with 1,000 yards last year. I don't know if y'all knew that. But Russian.
Somebody said he wasn't.
What?
Yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that, but that's okay.
Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris. I got Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Antonio Gibson. I don't know how he's not on your list in the top 10. I think Antonio Gibson, if he wasn't hurt, I think he would have had a monster year last year.
Part of the problem, he gets hurt.
I know that. We'll see how that goes. I got DeAndre Swift. I'm taking a gamble on, who also was hurt. Yeah, that one. I'm like,
that's a tough one there. But
it's a tough one there. But I'm gonna give him some credit. I ended it with Javonte Williams because they're saying they want to bring Melvin Gordon back.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, no,
please,
don't do it.
I read that and I was like, no way, you're killing his.
If they do bring Melvin Gordon back, then I might drop Javonte Williams down from my top 10 because I'm like, this should be his year.
The
but
kid is
yeah,
good.
the
They
kid
got to
is
give him the
awesome.
rock and just stop. It's no, they can't do him like that, man. That
Yeah,
hurts my heart when I heard it.
yeah.
When I
I
heard it,
saw it. I was like, you're killing me. You're killing me.
killing me. I was like, you can't do it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about this list, man.
yeah,
A lot of people sleep on Austin Eckler.
yeah.
Austin Eckler is a top 3 running back in fantasy football. And
Uh huh.
the reason I say that because a lot of people he don't do it just in running.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
He
had a
barely
thousand
does it in
yards.
running at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think he's had 1,000 yards
yeah.
yet in his career.
But
I think,
combined,
but combined though, oh my
yeah,
gosh, he's cleared 1,000 yards
yeah.
receiving, and I think that's the thing. And you know what I like about him?
Uh huh.
He actually cares about his fantasy. Like when
Yeah,
whoever's on his fantasy, he
uh
cares
huh.
about it because he really is invested in like his people like that draft
Yeah,
him. So I like that about him. But I think he needs to get more credit that he deserves because people like I drafted him last
yeah.
year really late and nobody thinks about him. Which I hope
Which
y'all
is
don't this year.
bizarre. And I could see because most people play in PPR leagues, and even if it's
Yeah,
half PPR. If you get any points for receptions at all,
yeah.
Austin Eckler needs to be
He need to be there.
higher than your top 10. I'd say he needs to be in your top 5, especially with what we I think both believe that offense is going to be capable of next year. So
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that offense is gonna be crazy. They're crazy now. He
yeah,
getting numbers now, and he missed one game this year with the COVID.
yeah,
So I think, and then I think Najee's gonna depends on who the quarterback.
yeah,
They still want to run the ball 35 times anyway. So it just depends on who the quarterback.
yeah.
I'm thinking it may be somebody like Jimmy.
I was gonna say your boy might be there.
I hope they don't get Jimmy though, because I think that's gonna mess up that whole fantasy anything fantasy wise for that team goes down the drain, except Najee. Because the
Yeah.
receivers they're not gonna be fantasy relevant if Jimmy comes there.
I'm gonna disagree, only
Okay.
because they were at least Deontay Johnson, who is my opinion the top guy there.
That's true.
He was good with Ben Roethlisberger, and Ben Roethlisberger was awful last year. I think Jimmy G is at least good enough. Hey, he was the quarterback for Deebo Samuel this year, and so if they run the offense correctly, I think Jimmy G doesn't necessarily hurt them, and by hurt them, I mean
Mm-hmm.
they won't be any worse off than they were last year with Ben Roethlisberger, which I still don't think is good enough. I'm hoping, hey, like we have from the audience, I'm hoping it's somebody like Russell Wilson there as the quarterback, because then it's lights out. But Jimmy G isn't the worst thing that can happen for that team.
I mean, I feel like that's just a common copy of Ben Roethlisberger. You're gonna have the same, and even Ben could move a little bit. Jimmy can't. No, I'm just saying, like he could. Jimmy, like Ben was a
Ben
bigger
used to move
quarterback.
a little bit this past year.
I mean, he didn't move much, but he's a bigger quarterback,
Yeah.
so he can take like Ben will play through injuries, and
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem. You can't
Hey,
like
Jimmy
for
G
me,
played through the injury for the first time in his career.
career, like
Right.
please stop.
Yeah.
But you know who I would like to see there, just to hop on back on quarterbacks,
Uh-huh.
Jameis.
That would
I
be
would love to see
awesome. Yeah.
Jameis in a Pittsburgh uniform. I feel
Yeah.
like Jameis in that offense
Uh-huh.
like would do wonders for his career because Mike Tomlin is gonna give him that push that he needs to say, look, I believe in you and let's go work. So I think if you get a Jameis in that Pittsburgh offense, Najee might slide past. He can move in that top 3, maybe.
Yeah.
Because that he's gonna draw. So Jameis don't mind throwing it down the field.
Not at
So
all.
and that's gonna open it up for Najee to get
Yeah.
work done.
And that's the thing they couldn't do with Ben Roethlisberger last year. He couldn't get the ball down the field at all. We got Rodney frozen for a second. Let me see if I can bring him back. He's back. All right, cool.
So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you were saying that Jameis Winston can get the ball down the field before you got disconnected. Yeah, and
so Jameis can get the ball down the field. And I think that'll help Najee because Najee definitely catches out of the backfield. But that'll take 8 out of the box because that's the problem they had this year. they know Big Ben couldn't move and he couldn't throw down the field. So that's two
Right.
things that, and he still went over 1,000 yards,
Yes,
and
he
he had a
did.
bunch of yards receiving. So just imagine if he had a actual quarterback that can get it down the field. That was at least a threat.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree. The
so
Jameis, I think, would be an excellent pickup for the
yeah,
Steelers.
I just don't. I'm trying to go through your list, and I'm trying to figure out how do you put Deion. You got to explain this DeAndre Swift thing to me. I like DeAndre Swift, by the way, but you got to explain to me what made you say I think I can put him on this list.
I'm putting him on the list for two reasons. One, look at his stats from last year. He had some monster games before he got hurt.
That's
And,
true.
and secondarily, I like what what they've got with Amon St. Ra. He's really good, but the truth of
Yeah.
the matter is, there's not a lot of talent on that Detroit Lions team. You know, so St. Ra is nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I think Jared Goff is still the quarterback. They're gonna
Yeah.
need to rely on the run game, and I think that's gonna be, assuming he stays healthy. I think DeAndre Swift is gonna have a quite a breakout year. So
But how high are you going to get DeAndre Swift? Like if you was in the draft right now and
he's a second. Well, not in a two quarterback league,
okay,
but for me, he's a second rounder.
second round.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because all these other guys will be off the board.
Well, you also have to keep in mind strategies. And for me, for those to watch, I'm big on. I know it's not the hot thing right now. I'm still from the old guild where running backs are my bread and butter for my fantasy football teams. And so DeAndre Swift, if he's available in the second round, I'm grabbing him.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. Yeah, you had to explain that one to me. Let's talk about CMC.
And there we go. That's what I wanted to get to.
Talk about CMC.
Noticeably missing. There's actually a few traditional running backs that I noticeably missing, but I think CMC is definitely the biggest gateway. If people are going to give us a lot of criticism when we post this, it's going to be because CMC is missing. Why?
Yeah.
And neither one of us put him in there in our top 10.
This is my issue with CMC. CMC has missed. I think he missed 8 games last year. He missed games year before last.
Yeah.
He hasn't been healthy the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's going top 2. He's been going top 2 for
he's
the
been
last,
number 1 or number 2 the last at least
2
3 years. Since that 2018 year.
Yeah.
He's been a consistent number 1 or number 2 pick.
Now, I will say this. If you grab him late,
yeah,
and he's healthy and productive, by all means, you're good. Like that's a steal in the draft.
You're good until he gets hurt.
Until he gets hurt, which he's normally going to get hurt at some point. But I feel like I can't. If I'm gonna go first round for a running back, he's not no one for me.
Yeah.
Second round, third round, I'm skipping him. I'm gonna let somebody else have that.
In the second round, dependently, I'm considering it because it's a guy who's been look the last, like you said, the last time Christian McCaffrey played a 16-game season was like 2019.
Yes.
So it's been a minute, right?
Definitely been a minute.
So when he does play a full season, the numbers are just phenomenal, right? And so if well, first of all, let me tell you, I still think Christian McCaffrey's going to be gone in the first round. I'm just not the guy that's going to do it.
Why? I mean, I'm gonna let somebody else.
Yeah, I'm
not doing it.
If I have anywhere in the top 6 and he's still on the board, I'm like, he can just keep on going right by. Like, see you later. If I catch you on the wraparound, then great. You can be, like I said, in a regular non-2 quarterback league. I think he's a second rounder for me still because of the potential. But first round, if you lose your first round pick, you're almost something. You had him.
I know that's why I'm not doing it. Like
exactly. So
he was my first pick off the board, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I had him in the league. I had him in one of my leagues last year. I named the team after him, and yeah, that team did not do well. You did better with your team. They had Christian McCaffrey than I did. I didn't even make the playoffs in that time, and I just stopped caring. So for me, I'm with you because this is I think like the second time in the last 2 or 3 years that I've drafted Christian McCaffrey, and he's been hurt, and it's like not again.
No,
I pick him up, but never as a first rounder.
I'm going everybody ahead of him. I'm going Elijah Mitchell. I'm going Zeke, and the thing about it, Zeke had a really good year.
Zeke had a good year. I'm trying to think if I go Zeke over Christian.
I'm going Zeke over Christian McCaffrey. I'm sorry.
That's a tough one. Did you go Saquon Barkley over Christian McCaffrey?
I'm not touching Saquon Barkley. Nope. He's in the same category as CMC for me. Yeah. Like both of those guys get hurt. Saquon hasn't been healthy the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it. It's so many running backs that I am going over. I can't do it, bro. It's just I feel like these guys, like even with Derrick Henry doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, that 1 year's anomaly.
That 1 year,
last year was an anomaly. I don't think that happens again.
But he has proven people wrong so much.
Yeah,
you got to put him there. I just can't. CMC, he's not for me right now, and that may change down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But he may end up cracking my top 10. It just depends on situation.
Nah.
But I don't see that happening.
I can 100% guarantee he's not in my top 10.
Well, I mean,
no matter what.
If Alvin Kamara is suspended, do you replace him with CMC?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
He's not to the level of dead to me, but he is in the level of not first round to me. Our producer's chiming in, who also agrees. He's just not for me. He's not a first. He's a first round talent that I just can't pick in the first round anymore. Oh, please. I'm being trolled by my own father. Yes, he lost his first round pick and won a championship against me.
I mean, it's true. It's definitely true.
All right, we're done for the night. I hope you all enjoy RJ Fantasy Football Talk.
I mean, he ain't lied there.
He ain't lied.
That's definitely true.
He ain't lied.
I mean, the biggest question mark is out of this list is Alvin Kamara for me because I just don't know the situation. And another thing for me, I don't know the quarterback situation. That is the real problem.
I don't know that the whole New Orleans team for me right now is on the bubble because Michael Thomas is going to be coming off an injury, but we don't know who's throwing the ball to him. Alvin Kamara might be in prison.
Nah. Bars.
Nah. So Taysom Hill is the only guy that I know is going to be there.
And that is not
and I don't even know why. So
me either. Jeez, he do not need to be there. But I mean, that's I like the list. I like both our lists. I just had a couple questions about Swift.
Yeah,
and,
Swift is probably my biggest stretch in my top 10. But I feel good about it. For a too early list, I feel really good about it.
I don't even mind Antonio Gibson. I think
Antonio Gibson is a monster.
I've always been out. Yeah. But I'm big on Antonio Gibson.
Yeah. That's why I'm surprised he didn't crack your top 10.
I just can't do it.
I'm also surprised Nick Chubb cracked your top 10 because you're also not a big Nick Chubb guy.
You know what? You're right about that. I'm really not.
Right.
But it's similar to Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I can't.
No more disrespect.
I can't disrespect Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb and he do it with a bad quarterback.
On top terrible quarterback, yeah.
So I can't keep disrespecting Nick Chubb. So he's not high on my list, but he's number 7. So I mean, he's in that top 10. Will I draft him? It depends. But he'll make my list.
But I guarantee you, we both draft him before CMC.
Definitely. I'm drafting him for CMC and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley, I've been burnt by a couple of years as well. So I can't.
Dalvin Cook on the fence. I'm trying to tell you now. Dalvin Cook is on the fence.
Dalvin Cook is looking suspect.
He is definitely on the fence.
You're right about that.
One more time, he's going to be in that same boat with Saquon and CMC.
But here's the thing that saves Dalvin Cook for me. I haven't been personally burnt by his shenanigans yet. So
I don't draft him. I won't do it.
None of his injuries have ever hurt me. I've been hurt by Christian McCaffrey. I've been hurt by Saquon Barkley. I've seen Dalvin Cook out, but it's never affected me personally, so I kind of brushed that one off.
Yeah, I mean, I had Dalvin. I think I had Dalvin Cook last year at some point at one of my teams. I had so many teams last year.
Yeah,
I forgot. So, I just think you get burnt really quick with Dalvin Cook because he gets hurt.
Hey,
he gets hurt a whole lot.
Then you draft Alexander Madison because for the first time ever, he's proven useful. So
I guess Alexander,
listen,
he
I'm
had
still
that
not
one
doing
good
it.
game. I'm not messing
I know,
with
right?
Madison.
I was not messing with him.
Yeah.
Here's we get to the one that was the toughest for me, and that's wide receivers. And the reason it was tough is because for a lot of these wide receivers I like, their quarterback situations are not as concrete as we'd like them to go. I do mine first. I have Jamar Chase, number one, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. I feel like I might be disrespecting the Super Bowl MVP, but secretly I'm trying to convince people not to draft Cooper Kupp because that's been my my go-to pick for years.
Hold up. You hold his secrets.
I'm trying to die down expectations so I can get Cooper Kupp again because I've gotten him the last like 3 years on different teams, and I fear that I won't get him this year. But I got Cooper Kupp at 3, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel, your guy. Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins, which that was kind of an iffy one for me. I don't know exactly how I feel about DeAndre Hopkins, but I figure he might have one more good, healthy year. And then I put in Jalen Waddle, who I was big on last year. I thought about my guy Hunter Renfrow, but I decided not to. I said, top 10 might be too high. But he's my new Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Who you got?
I got Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Deebo, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, and I got an extras by AJ Brown.
Yeah, I wanted to. I think Ryan Tannehill just hurt me so much this past year. I couldn't consider AJ Brown in my top 10. I'm salty. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You're so salty with that man. You need to let that man let it go, man. Let it go. But the reason I got AJ Brown, let's talk about
AJ Brown is a talent.
The reason I got AJ Brown, he tends to get hurt.
He does
just a little bit.
But he'll play through his injuries.
He does
a lot, and whenever possible. Yeah.
When he got back though, he was monster.
Yeah.
He was killing the game. I ain't mad at that. CeeDee Lamb for me, I think CeeDee Lamb, third year, this got to be his year.
Yeah.
He got to take that number 1 spot and come and just take it all.
There's
no more playing games. He got to come on the ball.
I've got all of your top 7 players on my list. The ones I differed from you on are DK Metcalf, Mike Evans, and CeeDee Lamb. And here's the reason I didn't put CeeDee Lamb in my top 10. Okay. He's a top 10 talent. I'm still not convinced. I think he's better than Amari Cooper, and I think he's better than Mike Gallup. But I don't see him dominating week to week. Like, for instance, you have Devontae Adams, number 1. There's no question. If Devontae Adams is on the field, he's getting a rock consistently. CeeDee Lamb, I feel they sometimes go away from mistakenly, in my opinion, and that's why I wanted to put him in my top 10 too. So I'm glad you put him there because I couldn't convince myself to do it.
Well, I think the reason why I put him there is Amari. I don't know if they're gonna trade Amari.
Yeah,
that's
another one of those question marks. Yeah.
Also, the third receiver he's a free agent, so he's probably going to be gone.
Might not be right.
Gallup's going to be gone. So really, it's just going to be just say they keep Amari. So it'll be Amari and CeeDee Lamb. So you gotta, and for me, CeeDee Lamb is the better receiver out of between him and Amari. But I think Amari is more consistent.
I think he has a better chemistry with Dak Prescott.
I think so too. And I think, but that's why I said CeeDee Lamb has to work on. He has to work on just coming out exploding because everybody know he's better than Amari Cooper. It's just he has to work on that timing with Dak. Yeah. And if they can't get that timing down, because you got to figure Amari been there just as long as Dak been there. Yeah. So they both know each other. So Amari has to come in. But also just Amari, he's in the return game. So if you get return points, and he gets a lot of volume as far as receiving receptions and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I like CeeDee Lamb. I was real hesitant about should I put Deebo top 2.
Yeah. Because
But
I
I
would have
have
called you. I would have called you a homer, but
how? That's not
because
homers. That's
just
just
because it's
being.
fun. Just because,
That's not homers. That's just being
yo,
true.
yo, Debo is recreating the position because he's a running back slash wide receiver.
He's a wide back.
He's a
That's what
wide
they
back.
call it.
That's what
It's
they're
a
calling
wide
it,
back.
right?
It's a wide back. So
So
he
yeah,
had 1,400 yards receiving, and he had another 5 on the ground or 6 on the ground.
yeah,
So total, he had 2,000 yards, towards some change.
yeah,
He had 10, 11 touchdowns. So if you put the numbers together,
yeah.
he had a better season than Cooper Kupp. If you're thinking about total numbers, so me putting him at 2 wouldn't have been a bad
Yeah,
argument.
that's why I'm surprised you didn't have Debo Samuel higher.
I was trying not to show my homerness,
Yeah.
so I tried to keep it, tried to be humble because people think I'm not humble sometimes when it comes to 49ers. But
You're not,
the
but you don't have to be. You're a fan.
I'm a real fan, so
Yeah.
I'm really not gonna be humble. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Let Trey Lance go off. It's good.
Hey,
Y'all gonna see a real.
I just said I was trying to put Hunter Renfro in my top 10. So
Let Trey go off this year. Y'all gonna hear a lot from me this year if Trey go off. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. But I like Debo in that spot. I just think Jefferson and Jamar Chase
yeah,
and Adams, I think they get more value
yeah,
as far as receptions per game. And that could change with Trey, but I think because Debo's only averaging about 4 receptions a game.
yeah.
Your mother says I'm not. Your mom says I'm not humble.
You are not humble.
That is not true. I am humble.
Yeah. Hey, I say this. The other thing I like about our top guys at the position is all of them have very solid quarterbacks. Jamar
Yes.
Chase. Hey, I think we just saw them in the Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins didn't crack our top 10 list, but he's straight on the
definitely.
fringe. And
Yeah.
you like again, volume is the thing that makes him stand out above there. Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp. Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. As long as he's with Aaron Rodgers, that's the one question. I think the team stays together. But that I think that emoji is for you in your humility. People know you, man.
I am humble, man. Y'all gotta stop treating me like that. I just love my Niners, man. At the end of the day, man, I am a huge Niners fan. So I'm gonna talk about my boys, man. Even though Trey Lance is probably gonna be the best quarterback in this fantasy this year, but just being real.
You out.
But I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Bringing back OBJ, Robert Woods coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Does that affect Cooper Kupp?
No, because the thing you talked about with Dak and CeeDee Lamb is chemistry, and that's why I loved Cooper Kupp going into this year, and I made sure I got him wherever I could. He and Matthew Stafford have instant chemistry. You probably have read that they have breakfast together like every morning.
That's true.
And it's like you can't break that chemistry. That's why I love Hunter Renfro so much. And I got to talk because he and Derek Carr have that same kind of chemistry. If I find out who the quarterback personally likes on the wide receiver, I'm automatically going with him because hey, those relationships mean stuff. And so Robert Woods coming back, and if OBJ is back there as well, I think it makes the team better. But I don't think Cooper Kupp. Well, I say this: I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to be approaching 2,000 yards receiving like he did this year.
Okay.
But if it falls back to like maybe 1,700, and I'm cool with that.
I mean, I can agree with that. I think I'm more of the line of 15.
Yeah, even 15, I'd be happy with.
15. I think touchdowns go up.
Yeah,
but
our Colts fan says they haven't heard of Carson Wentz. You will not.
You're not gonna hear Carson Wentz tonight. I will say he's on the trading block.
You might hear Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
depending on how they do for that, but yeah, not in the top 10 list though. Sorry,
no Carson Wentz. I'm sorry.
Carson Wentz does not deserve to be mentioned.
He can come back next. When we come back, we will be talking about trades probably.
When we talk about players you should not draft on your fantasy football team, Carson Wentz is top 3 on that for fantasy football. So
now Devontae Adams, no Aaron Rodgers. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it. unless is Devontae Adams over in Las Vegas with Derek Carr. But Devontae Adams is so good. I think honestly, just even though we have one of our fans that says Mike Evans all the time, who I'm actually a surprise made your top 10 list. But
I mean, who else
he's consistent though. But but Devontae Adams, I think, really is probably the best wide receiver in the league. But he needs that best kind of quarterback. So if we somehow find out that that Aaron Rodgers is going to, let's say, I don't know, Denver, and he's not taking Devontae Adams with him, in that case, I probably drop Devontae Adams a little bit. I have him 4th on my list. He still would stay in my top 10 no matter what. But I will say that there's some guys over in Denver that would elevate on my list if Aaron Rodgers was there.
Oh yeah. Now best landing spot for Devontae.
Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, or anywhere with Aaron Rodgers.
With no Aaron, if it's not Green Bay, where?
Then it's just lost. I already told y'all.
I mean, outside of,
that's it. You said best landing spot. That is the best spot for him to go if he's with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if he's not with Aaron Rodgers, but let's say he stays in Green Bay with Jordan Love. Yeah, he is dropping far on my list because I am not convinced Jordan Love is that dude quite yet. We'll see. And yeah, I knew you thought. My mom says that's why she laughed. Yeah, I knew why you was laughing.
Yeah, we Carson Wentz is.
We are definitely in on that joke.
Yeah, I mean, now your mom might be on to something though because she might be rooting for Jimmy Garoppolo. Now you can root for him now.
I'm gonna just move past whatever the crap you're talking about right now. No.
they said Jimmy might end up in a coach uniform.
Yeah, and again, I'm just gonna move
I love every bit of it because he's not gonna be me. He's not gonna be on my team anymore. So
you own that stuff right now. Tight ends. Can I say Travis Kelce, and number 5, Travis Kelce?
No, you can't. What? No, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. Then Mark Andrews.
6 straight years of 1,000 yards receiving at the tight end position. Who was that? Was that George Kittle? Did I miss? No.
You know that I think you're a Kansas City fan.
I am
on the low.
I'm not even on. I've said it boldly. I married into the Kansas City Chiefs family, and there's nothing but love for KC and Travis Kelce. Look, 6 straight years. It's happened. Yeah, look. 6 straight years. Name another tight end in the history of the NFL who has done it. You can't do it. It can't be done.
I'm gonna give you Travis Kelce.
Can't be done.
But my homerness is gonna say George Kittle.
And I'm not mad at George Kittle. Burnt me though. Not the whole season, but he did.
He burned you when he needed you.
He did come through when I needed him the most.
We talked about this a lot. I understand. He burned you. I get it.
I somewhat blame Jimmy G for that though.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure. I'm glad you said that. I appreciate that.
Go with your mistaken list, and you can put George Kittle first in yours. It's okay.
Kittle's Kelce, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Kyle Pitts, Rob Gronkowski, if he doesn't
retire. Yeah, that's the question mark.
Dallas Goedert, T.J. Hockenson, Dawson Knox, and I like Logan Thomas.
I thought about Logan Thomas. I'm glad you put him on the list because I skipped Logan Thomas, partially because I did have Travis Kelce on my list like 3 straight times.
Yes, we seen it. Definitely.
I think Logan Thomas, especially if they get a good quarterback there, because it's
wonders.
Not going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick, and it surely is not your dude that you like from ODU.
Oh my God!
Somehow you convinced yourself that Taylor Heinicke was a good quarterback. I don't know why.
I just said Taylor Heinicke was going to start. I never said he was a good quarterback. I said he would win the starting job because Fitz never holds on to it. No, he was okay. I'm not saying I liked him, but he was so serviceable. He's a backup, personally.
Yeah, he's a career backup. Exactly.
You want to kick the man off the team and send him home
yes,
and sit on the couch. Lord have mercy.
I want to send him right back where he
That's a
came
bad
from.
take, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna jump away from the. I know, I'm sorry for y'all. We talking tight ends, but since you mentioned Logan Thomas, and I don't have my man Tony with us to talk about his Commanders. There's a, and I'm also bringing this up because of the caliber of quarterback that Tyler Haneke is and the school he came from. There's rumors that the Washington Commanders are interested in a quarterback, Malik Willis. Do you know him from Liberty University?
I love Malik Willis.
Yeah.
I love Malik Willis. Now, the story on Malik
We're
Willis.
We're going to talk, by the way, before I interrupt, we're going to talk rookies and stuff in another show, but I just couldn't help but bring this up since you mentioned Logan Thomas. Go ahead.
Now, Malik Williams originally went to Auburn.
Malik Willis.
He originally he was originally at Auburn.
Yeah.
He transferred to Liberty.
Right.
And you have a thing in college football where you can transfer, like a transfer portal.
Yeah.
Where you can actually go and play the next year. Because I remember back then you had to sit out a year before you could do anything. So he ended up going to Liberty because he didn't get the opportunity to play quarterback at Auburn. I'm telling you, I've been on this kid for about a month now. I've been watching film, bro. Like, the kid is really good. Yeah. Now, he gets a bad rap because they say he's raw. He needs some time to learn. No, the kid got a cannon.
Yeah.
He can throw and he can run. That's the direction of the league now anyway. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if they were to get him, and not saying start him this year, but I say bring in a quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater or some of that nature. No, I'm just saying as a bridge.
Sorry, threw up a little bit on that one.
You laugh, but Teddy Bridgewater as a bridge.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'll let you finish before I say heck no.
All right, think about this. Teddy Bridgewater starts the first 6 games. Malik comes in after that. Because we all know the Washington Commanders are not winning games. Let's be honest now.
Not even a little bit, right?
Not even a little bit. So if he comes in for 6 games, 6 to 8 games, and Malik comes in after that, I think he can do well. Honestly, I think he's I like him. I do, and I like the kid. Speaking of talking quarter, I like the kid from Pittsburgh, the big kid.
Oh yeah, I forget his name, but
Pittsburgh. So I think at the end of the day, Malik Willis is gonna be good. They have to give him a chance because they say he's moving up the chart. I'm just saying.
Here's why I say no to Teddy Bridgewater. 1, he's terrible, and 2, if you want a bridge guy, all they got to do. Ryan Fitzpatrick said he's gonna try to stay ready. If you want a bridge, there's no better bridge quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick. All he does is say, "Here, take my job, please." And so, if the Washington football team, because I hate the Commanders, but if they can get Willis on that team, I say bring back Ryan Fitzpatrick and just get ready to move on whenever Willis is ready to take the helm. But
I honestly, if they get him, they might as well. I take that back. They might as well start him. Like, think about it.
Better than anyone they've got.
Better than what they got. I mean,
because like you said, they're gonna lose all their games pretty much anyway.
And the best way to learn is on the job. Yeah. So you might as well get out there and learn. Obviously, he gonna make mistakes. That's just the way it is. He gonna make mistakes. We all know that. But at the end of the day, if that kid can get out there and make those other guys better, he can grow with them. Because think about it, Gibson is young. Scary Terry is young.
Yeah.
Obviously, Logan Thomas is not as young as those guys, but he's still in his 20s.
He's tight end young. He's only been playing the position for his 3rd year or something like that. He hasn't been a tight end long.
And they got a good young defense.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not going out to spend money on a quarterback, a veteran, when I'm not saying they're not guaranteed. I'm not saying they're gonna lose all their games, but they're not guaranteed to have a winning season.
Even the Lions won games,
and
the Jaguars. But I only bring up Willis because of the fact of I think if they do get him, and going back to your top 10 pick of Logan Thomas to bring it back to tight ends, that'd be really good. Hey, rookie quarterbacks and tight ends,
that's
like peanut butter and jelly. So
I'm not mad at that. I think Malik Willis is a good kid. I think they should give him a shot personally.
Yeah,
I think he'll be good. And if they don't, I think that'd be their mistake because he's gonna end up in Pittsburgh. So
that I actually like that better. To tell you the truth, I like that better.
like
Okay, let me go with my tight ends. I do have Travis Kelce in the proper spot at number one, but I followed up with George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, my guy Darren Waller, who I wanted to put higher, but I got to see how he comes back.
injuries.
T.J. Hawkinson, Dalton Schultz, I think belongs on that list. Dawson Knox, and here's one possible I kind of like is C.J. Uzama with the Bengals. My only thing about it is there's not enough footballs to go around for him to be a week to week player, right? So
shouldn't have made that list there, Cap.
That's why. That's why I say there's a guy I like, but he's not top 10 to me because he's just not going to get the opportunities. But everyone else on this list, the tight ends are pretty simple because there's only a handful of really good. It's hard to even say 10.
Yeah, you just got to come up. We try to come up with a list. But if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4: Kittles, Kelce, Andrews, Waller, Pitts, maybe Gronk.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, you're going Kittles and Kelce and Andrews and Waller's early.
And Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts belongs in that conversation this year as well.
So you're going early on those guys, but anything after that, you can kind of
anything after that, you wait.
You can wait on tight
end. I even say I wait and pick up Mike Gesicki from the Dolphins much later.
He started to play well down the line himself, so not bad. Dallas Goedert may play better this year.
We'll see how that goes with Jalen Hurts. I think that he's out of the shadow of Zach Ertz finally. So I think he'll have a better year this year, with knowing going into the year that he's the dude. So yeah, I like Dallas Goedert. Kickers.
Man, we ain't talking about no kickers, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it, man. You talking about kickers on your own, man. It's only kickers don't matter. You already know our rule. Kickers don't matter.
Are important parts of the team.
Only to you, not to me.
Hey,
I change out kickers every week.
Hey, Justin Tucker. There you go. Number one kicker. Make sure you get him on your squad.
You can keep Justin Tucker. I'll just get a kicker every week and just go for it. It's fine with me. Kickers, they're not dead to me, but kickers are kickers, man. They like
kickers don't have the value that some of these other players do. I think that's what you're trying to say.
No, they don't. I'm saying kickers are dead to me. Sydney, you the only one that like kickers. She's the only one that would reach out. I remember we was in the draft and I took her kicker and she was like, "Take it." I was like, "What? What's wrong?" She was like, "You took my kicker." I was like, "It's just a kicker." Hey, I mean, geez.
Kickers can win games.
She loves the kicker from Atlanta. I can't think of his name.
Hey, cool. Hojo. I'm messing his name up.
What is his name?
What?
I can't think of his name.
Dang it. She'll tell us.
Yeah, she'll tell us. I can't think of his name, but she loves that kicker from
Atlanta. He did not come through. It's like Young Hoku or
Young Hoku. Is it Young Hoku?
Hold on, let me try this so I can look it up. Real fast. But
kickers do not matter. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all, do not sit here and believe him.
There are actually some leagues that don't even play with kickers anymore in fantasy football because people don't value the position. I think that's taking it too far. I think you still need the kicker because it's still football.
Look, don't believe him, y'all. I've been playing fantasy football with this guy for over 10 years. He switch out kickers and defensive players every week.
I do.
I promise you.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
So don't even sit up here and say kickers matter. Kickers do not matter, bro. Kickers matter. They don't matter at all, period. Because I have seen you swap a defensive player not once but twice in the same day.
Yes.
And you know I'm telling the truth.
I will not argue against anything that you've said. However, kickers still matter. We don't talk kickers on the show in general. But
do defensive players matter?
Depends on your league.
They don't.
But in relation to kickers, not to other players on your team, no. But Justin Tucker deserves to be mentioned because he's pretty good, and I like Daniel Carlson because he's the kicker for. I know the kicker on my team.
I know the kicker on my team, but I ain't drafting him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, it's cool.
Yeah,
Everybody got their preference.
yeah. It's Young Ho Koo, by the way, for Atlanta.
Young
Young
Ho
Ho Koo.
Koo. Yeah, y'all like some Young Ho Koo.
Hey, 2 years ago, he was putting up
numbers.
Third wide receiver numbers.
He was putting up what 20 points a game. He was putting up some crazy numbers.
Yeah, that's sometimes a kicker will save you. I have been rescued by kickers many a times in my fantasy football career, but yeah, I would not do a top 10 list. But
that is true. They do get paid.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this about a kicker: if they kick bad one week, they will get cut.
Yeah.
The next week.
I say this: there's 32 teams, and most leagues only have 10 to 12 players, so you can grab a kicker anytime you want to. So that'll be me keeping it completely 100 with the audience. I joke about kickers, and I do think they're important, but you can always find one.
I told you. I told y'all.
Yeah, you ain't ever gonna say, I lost the championship because of my kicker.
Kicker, yeah.
So,
we know guys that don't even play with kickers.
Yeah.
Period.
I have done that on a few leagues as well. But,
Yes, you're one of them.
I ain't one of those guys.
Okay, that's fine. You keep doing it. Did we miss anybody?
Did we miss anything? You guys tell us. Anybody that's not in our top 10 list or at any position other than kicker that you think we disrespected, please let us know in the comments below. Hit us up on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. The other thing that I can't think of right now, Instagram. There it goes, right above my head.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Let us know what you think. So,
and we'll be back in another 3 weeks?
About 3 weeks or so, we'll put out the message again, and it's getting close to draft time. So I'm excited about that one. I don't think we talking draft the next show. I think that's the one after that. I have to go back and look at the schedule, but it's getting almost time to talk about it. So.
Yeah, I think we got to work on our top list, our real list that we have to do. So that's what the top 25. I forgot what we did, but we coming with something in about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll definitely y'all look forward. We'll let y'all know. So we'll be back. We missed y'all, but we will be back.
All right.
Know what it is, y'all. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Appreciate y'all.
Peace out. Love y'all. Take it easy.